Hey, everybody. If you know me, hi, you know who I am. If you don't, let me introduce myself and explain to you why this video exists, what's going on, and just a few things about me. So, my name is Dustin Durham, like the city in England or North Carolina, and first of all, I just came back from an ugly Christmas sweater party, so that's why I look a little ridiculous, but I think quite amazing. I realize that it is the beginning of Advent today, and it is the Christmas season now, and for a lot of people, whether celebrators of Advent or not, especially here in America, it's a very sometimes forcefully and fake happy time, and it can be a hard time for a lot of people. The holidays, as much as it is a celebration of light, rightly so because it's the darkest time of the year, it is also a very dark time for a lot of people, spiritually, emotionally, mentally. And those that are my close friends and those who have known me know this about me, but in case you don't, I unfortunately have a lot of experience dealing with darkness, and I just briefly would like to tell you some of my story, because I want to be able in this season to help people, because I have unfortunately suffered a lot in my life. I just turned 27 back in July, so I'm a 90s kid born in 1990 through and through, millennial, and I love that. I love being this age, in this day and age, and so in my 27 years though, I have dealt with, specifically the last 9 or so years, a lot of death of loved ones. In the span of about 9 years, 8 or 9 years, my family lost about 8 or 9 people. It averages about a person a year, even though that wasn't the timing of it, but this includes multiple aunts, a cousin, most close to my heart and life. I lost both my parents, and just this year, my little brother, Andrew. And so I have some pictures actually. So this is a picture of my mom and dad and my brother Andrew from, I think this is 94. No, I believe it should be 96 or 7. And we are down at Clearwater Springs, Florida, I think, on vacation. But that's them then, and then this is them back in, I believe it was 2008. So that's mom, dad, and my younger brother Andrew, who was born in 93. I was 90 and he was 93. But yeah, so again, without going into copious details, because there's a video that I made for my church about 2 years ago that goes into more detail, and I can link to that video somehow, so you can watch that if you want. It's much better made. This video is just on my basic webcam on my computer. It's actually the first time I've used it. I've had the computer for years. I've never used the webcam, so I don't know how well the quality will be. But yeah, so in 2008, I came to college. I'm originally from the state of West Virginia, from the Charleston area, and I came down here to Knoxville, Tennessee, where I still live, to go to the University of Tennessee to study architecture, and super excited. I was the first person in my family to come to college. My parents were super excited, and because we grew up very, not dirt poor, but rock poor. We weren't at the bottom, but we were pretty much sitting on top of the bottom one more step, and we would have been dirt poor. There was a time where my dad was injured at work, and we were on food stamps. So, we were very lower middle class, if that, probably lower class. And so I was the first person in my family to come to college. So I come down here in 2008. Well, June 20th of 2009 was my dad's 50th birthday. It was super cool, super fun celebration. The following day was Father's Day. I was out 2 hours away counseling at a church camp, and I had just, my little flip phone because it's 2009, and had texted my dad, happy birthday, I love you, all this stuff. We barely had service there, but I got a text back from him saying, hey, thanks, I love you too. And then the next day, June 22nd, long story of that short, my dad passed away. He was allergic to bees, yellow jackets, wasps, and hornets, which is an allergy I share. So, I've got my little $4 million EpiPens, and I've been hospitalized myself a few times. And it's a deadly allergy. He would go into anaphylactic shock, his throat would close up, and his heart would stop. That's what happened this time. He had been stung before, but this time his heart stopped. And so, anyway, he passed away. So we had to bury my dad a week after his 50th birthday, and that was rough. That was the first person in my life that was extremely close to me. I'd had an older cousin who was in his late 30s or so die 2 years prior, and that was really hard, which is a whole other story. But my dad was the first person, because I had a grandpa die when I was a kid and stuff, but Dad was the first person who was, immediate family to pass away. And at the time I was 18, because it was June, going on, 19, and so that was 2009. Well, the next year and a half, my mom slipped into a really deep depression. Losing my dad was kind of losing her stability, and she slowly started to get worse and worse. I found out after the fact, about a month after it happened, in late November, early December of 2010, that she had been committed, because she had been cutting her wrists with razor blades, and she had been talking about suicide so much, and so she had spent a week in a psychiatric ward. I didn't know this because I love my family, but they're like, we won't tell him, he's in college, he needs to focus on school. Okay, sure. And so, again, long story short, because I could write a book about just everything dealing with Mom, but she took her own life on the 28th of December of 2010, so 3 days after Christmas. My brother and I found my mom in our house, and she had put a gun to her stomach and shot herself. So that happened in 2010. I, at the time, was 20, and my brother Andrew, this was December, so he would have been 17. So then, again, along with a few aunts dying from things like breast cancer or random infection or drug overdose, random things, had multiple other family members die around that same time, and, things had kind of sort of settled down a little, we thought, for the last 7 or so years. In April, it was actually on, I guess technically Maundy Thursday. I'm not Catholic, but that was the day. I don't celebrate Maundy Thursday, but I celebrate Good Friday. So on Maundy Thursday, I get the news, April 13th, that my brother, who, as you could kind of see from the photos, he was a big boy, a big heart, a lot to love. He was 23 at the time, and he had a heart attack and died. So here I am. I've just celebrated Thanksgiving with my family, which is a blessing, and I observed his birthday. His birthday is November 20th, so it was the same week as Thanksgiving. And I am, in a very real sense, alone. I'm the last surviving Durham of my immediate family. I still have my grandma and extended cousins, and I have my sister-in-law. And so, there are still Durhams for sure. But of my immediate family, in that sense, mom, dad, brother, and me, I'm the only one left. So, it has definitely not been easy. It has definitely not been fun. Don't confuse my smiling with me saying it's easy or fun, because it's fucking not. It's not at all. But something that's been on my heart a lot lately is just the reality that I understand and accept the fact that I have lived lived a very abnormal life thus far, and that one of the reasons, whether you believe in God or not, one of the reasons, I would say God, you might say happenstance, has allowed this to occur is so that I can help others, and that if I don't actively seek out the good of others and trying to aid others who are suffering, then what's the point? There isn't. There's no point to suffering if you don't use that suffering to and the growth that suffering brings and the lessons you've learned to help others. And so, what I am hoping and planning and trying to do is from today, Sunday, I've already lost the date, December 3rd. Had to look at my phone and the calendar. Hoping from today until Christmas Day to do a short little vlog, which again is weird. I've never done this before, so I apologize. The quality's probably going to be really bad, and I do have a tendency, as you can see, it's been 11 minutes already, to ramble. I'll try to keep the videos to less than 10 minutes, preferably less than 5, because modern culture, people have short attention spans. Why do you want to listen to me anyway? But I do feel that I have a lot to offer, and I feel that I have insight and advice that can help other people, maybe help you. I don't know what you're going through. I don't know if you've lost people, but I know personally that the holidays can blow. I mean, they can be really shitty, pardon my French. They just can. I have a tendency to be okay with Christmas just because once Thanksgiving passes, I turn into elf, and I go crazy about Christmas. It's not my favorite holiday. That's Halloween. But I can disconnect my suffering with this, but it's hard. It can be hard, especially if you do not have a faith in a higher being. I myself, spoiler alert, will be biased in these videos. I myself am a follower of Jesus. I'm a Christian, as a little Christ is, as the Romans would say. That's where the name comes from, fun fact. I'm a Christian, so there will be a Christian bent towards this. I'm hoping later on towards Christmas, maybe the 12 days of Christmas, so to say, the 12 days before Christmas, I would like to share thoughts on my 12 favorite Christmas hymns. Christmas carols. I call them Christmas hymns, just because they mean a lot to me, and I think I would be remiss if I didn't explicitly share certain Christian viewpoints as we go into the season of Christ Mass. And again, if you're not Christian, I hope to help you too. I have many friends who are not believers, and I love you all. And if you're a stranger, I love you too. We're not strangers, we're just friends who haven't met yet. That's the way I like to view that. But the reality is that Christian, Muslim, Buddhist, atheist, whatever, black, white, red, blue, Tennessee fan, Florida fan, all of us, we're people, and we suffer, and we need help. And I hope I can help you. So again, I'm not gonna edit these videos. I'm gonna try to prep something to say for the rest beforehand, but it's not gonna be flashy. It's just gonna be me sharing my thoughts about the season and just trying to help you guys get through the season. And I just want you to know, if you're having a crappy time, I love you, and I'm here for you, and you're not alone. You're really not, even if you've gone through unimaginable suffering. This is the season that we celebrate light. And again, as a Christian, I would say the coming of the light, capital L, is in Christ. But if you don't believe in that, that's fine. There's still there's hope, and there is love to be found in other people. Other people love you and are there for you, and you can make it through. You might need the help of a few friends and a glass of Jack Daniels, but you can make it. You can make it. We can make it together, and so I'm hoping to do what I can. So anyway, I'm going to end this because I don't know what else to say, but I just wanted to introduce myself and tell everyone this. And if you're seeing this, most likely it's going to be through my Facebook, but I'm also going to put this on a YouTube channel, and we'll go from here. So happy Advent if you are an observer of the Advent season, Christian or not, and if you're not a follower of Jesus, happy holiday season. Happy celebration of the light, and hang in there, guys. It's tough, but this too shall pass. So let's step by step, right? Okay. So I will post another video tomorrow, and I hope you guys enjoy and are blessed by these and get something from them. So I love you guys. Bye.